It is another beautiful day in Ohio, and it's new bike day. This is my brand new 2025 Honda CRF450R. Just picked it up from my good friends at Honda Marysville Motorsports, Marysville, Ohio last night, and I brought it to my favorite place to ride. A couple weeks ago, my son and I got a chance to ride this bike at the press launch at Ironman Raceway in Crawfordsville, Indiana, but it was a super soft, rutted, deep track, so a slow vet guy like me, I couldn't tell if it's going to be more soft and comfortable and how this bike would work on the hard pack stuff, so I rode it in the woods, I rode it on parts of the track, and it felt good enough. I went and ordered one. I was super excited. It came in, and I've been on it now for about an hour here at my favorite place to ride. It's dry, hard pack, prepped by Mother Nature, some woods loops. I like my bikes to do a little bit of everything, and I can say clearly this is the best CRF450R off the showroom floor I've ridden in quite a while. Better than my 21 Works Edition, better than my 23 Works Edition. I'm super excited about the bike. Now, what did they change? I never got off my other bikes and said make it more rigid. Honda did a lot of changes and made this frame more stiff down through here. They made the triple clamps more rigid. This bottom one is bigger. Steering stem, even the fork outer tubes are thicker. They're supposed to be like the A-kit fork tubes. They made the linkage stiffer. Man, when I rode the bike in Crawfordsville or at Ironman, I thought, wow, it really feels good. So being an engineer, the logic, they're talking about keeping everything in line so that the forks and the suspension can do what they're supposed to do. New settings on the shock and the forks, and they feel fantastic. Also, the engine, not so changed, but they refined the mapping, and the intake is a little bit different, a little more direct. They also put some dampers here in the clutch. That helped out. This engine is just excellent. It's got a little bit smoother roll-on. We'll go out and ride it and check it out. And it still pulls really nice in the mid. Has the great standard Honda ergos. These shrouds look way better in person than they do in the pictures, and it's got that kind of 80s vibe. I put my 50th anniversary seat and an old ProLink sticker on there, and it's, I don't know, it's just super fun to ride. So let's take it out for a spin. Now, as I mentioned, the engine, I'm just running right now. We'll see what map we're in. It's map 3. We'll go back to map 1. We got a map 1, and I'll turn traction control off. And that's where we'll start. Now, this thing, it's got super smooth power. And just the roll-on torque of it, that initial kind of roll into it is real easy to control, and it still continues to make power, but the engine is just, I don't know, I didn't think it'd be that big of a difference, but it's just so smooth. And then this Showa suspension setting, the track is dry and choppy. And this is a good place to check that new chassis. A little high-speed chop in the back, and it's actually kind of fun to ride a Honda CRF that the front end feels a little bit calm, and yet you still have that classic CRF go into the corners so effortlessly. Now, these things came with MX-33s. Kind of wish they had the MX-34s, but they're okay. We'll go in the woods a little bit, because I like my bikes to have a little bit of bandwidth. Now, right away, the map 1, when you're in the tight woods, it can be a little bit of a handful. So what I do is I put in my CRF350 map. There's 2. We'll turn traction control on to 3. Map 2 is soft, traction control 3 is maximum. And again, I'll have a link in the description, but now it feels like a 350. And in the woods, super easy to control. And you can modulate that throttle. I mean, this is a full-on 450 motorbike. But it's fun. And I wish Honda had like an app, but technically there are 12 different maps in there. When you consider the 3 levels of traction control in the 3 maps, you got a lot of options in terms of dialing the bike back, or just put it in aggressive map and dialing it up a little bit. But the rideability of this new engine is really good. Even off-road, and it's got juice, but it's just that smooth roll on, so you can dial it where you want. They tweak the front brake, and it is just controllable, powerful. But I love the way the front end feels, calmer. And even in this 350 mode, it still has plenty of power. 4th gear wheelie. Man, this thing is fun. So, what do we think? They have done a lot of cool stuff. 25 CRF 450R. It's more rigid, but you don't feel it. It actually feels calm in the front. And the power is just liquid smooth. I think the little dampers here, the mapping, it's just really easy to ride. Just kind of modulate it, and you got map 1, 2, or 3, and then you got 3 levels of traction control to dial those maps back a little bit. Suspension is easily, this is my favorite 450 Honda off the showroom floor in the last couple of years. This one really, even though it doesn't look that different, it really feels a lot different. And I'm excited to be able to I'm going to do some more back-to-backs with some of my other bikes. We'll get some more times. I'll do some woods rides with it. We'll spin the clickers, try to dial everything in. But for now, initial ride, 2 big thumbs up, 25 CRF 450R.